Once upon a time, in a cheerful little town nestled between rolling hills and sparkling waters, there lived a happy little boy named Ahir. Ahir was known for his infectious laughter and his kind heart. He had a big family who loved him dearly, and a whole host of friends who enjoyed playing with him. Ahir loved to play outside, exploring the nooks and crannies of his town with an insatiable sense of adventure. He chased butterflies in the meadows, climbed trees in the park, and sailed imaginary boats in the river, always accompanied by his giggles and the chirping of birds. But Ahir had a secret. He had an invisible friend. He called him Lumi, a funny, gentle friend only Ahir could see. Now, don't let the word invisible fool you. Although Lumi was unseen by anyone except Ahir, he was as real as the sun and the moon, possessing a kind heart and a playful spirit. When Ahir felt lonely, Lumi would appear beside him, sharing stories and making him laugh. When he was scared at night, Lumi whispered, "Don't worry, I'm here." And those words echoed in Ahir's heart, chasing away his fears. They were the best of friends. They laughed, played games, and shared secrets, creating a world filled with joy and wonder. Now, Ahir was grateful for his family and friends. But there was something different about his bond with Lumi. There was a depth of connection that transcended the physical world. A connection that made their friendship truly special. You see, Ahir believed that Lumi wasn't just his imagination. No, Lumi was real. He existed in a hidden, magical world, a world that responded to Ahir's love and attention. And when Ahir showed his friendship, the world of Lumi blossomed. Flowers bloomed in vibrant colors, animals chattered merrily, and the very air shimmered with joy. However, this magical world depended on Ahir's remembrance and affection. For if he forgot about Lumi or neglected their friendship, the magical world would fade, becoming dull and lifeless. One sunny morning, Ahir was busy playing cricket with his school friends. He was so caught up in the game that he forgot something very important. It was Lumi's birthday, the one day he waited for all year. Ahir, usually so attentive and caring, had completely forgotten. He never wanted to forget. The moment the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the town, Ahir remembered. He rushed to his room, his heart pounding. He waited for Lumi, hoping his friend would understand. But when Lumi appeared, his glow was unusually dim. His usual radiant form seemed clouded with disappointment. Ahir's heart broke. He knew he had hurt his friend. "Lumi, I'm so sorry," he whispered, tears welling up in his eyes. "I completely forgot your birthday." Lumi looked at him, his eyes filled with sadness. He tried to speak, but no words came out. Instead, he faded away, becoming a mere wisp of light. Ahir cried out, reaching for his friend, "No, please don't leave. I'm sorry, I promise I'll never forget again." But Lumi was already gone. The room, once filled with warmth, turned cold and dark. Ahir felt a deep chill despite the summer night. He pulled the blankets over his head, wishing he could disappear. The next morning, the sky was pale, the birds didn't sing, and a thick fog covered the town. Even Ahir's laughter, usually echoing through the house, sounded hollow. In the depths of his heart, he knew it was his fault. He had forgotten Lumi's birthday, and now his friend was gone. Days turned into weeks, and with each passing day, the colors of Ahir's world seemed to fade. The flowers in the garden drooped, their petals turning brown. The birds stopped singing, and the joyful atmosphere that once filled his home was replaced by silence. Ahir couldn't bear it any longer. He had to bring back the colors, not just for himself, but for Lumi. So Ahir made a plan. He would throw the most colorful birthday party for Lumi. a party so full of joy that the colors would return to his world. He ran to the fields and picked every flower he could find: red roses, golden marigolds, bluebells, and violets. He baked a cake with his mother, but instead of sugar sprinkles, he added rainbow fruits. He drew bright balloons and hung them around his room, each one a different color, and in the center he placed a little candle, waiting to be lit. On that night, after a week, when the moon hung like a silver coin in the velvet sky, Ahir closed his eyes and whispered, "Lumi, please come back. I have something for you." At first, nothing happened. The wind outside rustled the leaves, but there was no sign of Lumi. Ahir's heart sank. Had he done everything for nothing? Was it too late? Just when his hope began to fade, a soft light flickered in the corner of his room. Lumi appeared, still faint, still quiet, but he was back. Ahir held out his hands, tears of joy streaming down his face. "I'm so sorry, Lumi. I forgot your special day, but I want to celebrate it now with all my heart." He lit the candle, and the flame glowed brighter than any light in the world. The flowers shone with dazzling colors. The animals outside his window peeped out curiously. The balloons lifted into the air by themselves, and the cake sparkled like it was touched by stars. Lami's faint glow grew stronger with every passing moment, and he laughed for the first time in days, his voice ringing like silver bells. "You remembered, you cared," he whispered, and in that moment Ahir knew that their friendship was unbreakable. The magical world began to stir back to life. The grey skies turned a brilliant blue. The flowers outside Ahir's window bloomed again, and his room sparkled with colors no one had ever seen before. From that day on, Ahir never forgot Lami's birthday again. Every year he made it special with flowers, laughter, and love. And Lami's world remained bright, because friendship, when cared for, never fades. Now, this story isn't just about a boy and his invisible friend. Oh no, it's a story about friendship, about how it needs care and effort. Sometimes we get caught up in our daily lives and forget about our friends, just like Ahir did with Lumi. But even when we mess up, friendship can guide us, showing us the way back with forgiveness and understanding. So remember, no matter how busy you are, make time for your friends. Let this story remind you that the smallest gesture of remembrance can bring the brightest smiles. Until next time, keep being kind, keep being loving, and never forget the little things, because that's where the magic of friendship lies.